we just wanted to go and we went to the pharmacy was having a promotion, so we just took a full blood test with tumor markers and everything in it. And 10 days later, we got back our results. Took our results, went to the normal GP, and she interpreted the whole thing. And towards the end of my results, the tumor marker was extremely high. Normal people's one is below 5, and mine was 24. So the doctor looked at me and she said, "You need further investigation. Please do go to the hospital and see a general physician." So I went to the physician and he looked at me and he said, "Okay, since CEA has to do with intestines and colon, I'm going to refer you to a gastroenterologist." So he referred me to a gastroenterologist, and I went through the series of tests, all the different tests, scopes, ultrasound, scans, x-rays and everything. And 2 weeks later, finally, he comes to me, and I was hospitalized at that time, and he came to me in the evening, and that was the day after Margaret passed away in the morning. Evening, he comes to me and he says, "I'm sorry, I'm a bearer of bad news. I do not have good news for you. We found a 16-centimeter tumor sitting on your ovaries, and I think it's an ovarian cancer." So he just looked at me, and I was just smiling at him. And I just took the news and I just said, "Thank you." And he said, "I'm going to refer you to a gynae oncologist who will look into you because it's got to do with ovaries." So, okay. In between that, many things happened. I'm cutting my story very, very short. So the gynae oncologist came and he checked me, he looked at me and he said, "Okay, I'm not going to diagnose you as a cancer patient because your tumor marker for the ovarian cancer is negative. So I cannot tell that you have a cancer of the ovaries until I cut you open." So he gave us, he explained to us what was to take place and every single thing, and then he went off. So he prepared the following week on Friday. He said the surgery will be on Friday because he needs to have his own team of pathologists and doctors and everything. So on Thursday, we got ourselves admitted, and he came in, he explained everything, and then he also told, he said, "I'm bringing in another surgeon because in case it is not this, it could be pseudomyxoma peritoneum, which is the cancer of the appendix, which is very, very rare. It's 1 in a million." And that surgeon explained to us and told us that if this is the case, we do not have the facilities in our country, but we would send you to Singapore if you need further treatment, either Singapore or Indonesia, whichever. So he gave us the ultimatums of so many things. He broke down everything and he told us this could be it, this could be it, and everything. So we said, "Okay, fine." So before we went, we had our family prayer. Of course, at this time we did not mention this to many people. It was just confined to our family members, and of course I told Pastor and to the intercessory team, I think. So we just prayed and we went. My family was with me all throughout. We went for the surgery. We checked in Friday, went in for the surgery. And before I went in, actually, I was asking God, how come I'm not crying? How come I'm not having that fear? How come I'm not like upset or angry with God that this has taken place? And as I was asking him over the 2-3 days, he just took me back like a screenshot thing where 20 years ago when we lost our son, I was holding him in my arms and he was going off, and the kind of peace that settled upon me. And he said, "That's the peace that I'm giving you. That peace that you experienced at that time, that's the peace I'm giving you now. You need that peace because you're going to go through a tough time." So I said, "Okay, God, thank you for the peace that you've given." Actually, he gave me so much of peace and gave me so much of joy. I was never for one felt fear. Never for one felt fear. Because I knew that God was with me. He was with me. He is in total control of my life, and everything that I do or anything, He knows. So we went in, and the doctor said that if it's a simple surgery like ovarian, it's only going to be 2.5 hours and we'll be out of it. But if it is more than that, if it's complicated, it's going to be more, and it's going to be 6 hours. So my family, all of them waiting, and after 3 hours and 4 hours, when nothing happened, they all realized that it was something more than just the ovarian thing. So I think about 7 hours later, they came out and the doctor told them that it's good news that we managed to clear everything from her abdomen, and they did a full hysterectomy. They removed my gallbladder, they removed my spleen, they removed 1/3 of my intestines, and that's how much of things that they removed from me. But through it all, God was with me. And when I came out of the ICU, I was only there for less than 24 hours because I recovered fast. And they brought me down, and even then I recovered fast. In fact, the doctors would come into the hospital, into my room, and they will say, I like your spirit because you're very cheerful, you're very joyful, there's something different. And you go out and you tell my husband, that's the way it should be, because if you want to recover fast, you need to be cheerful. You need to have that positive spirit in you. And I just had that because I knew that God was with me, and He just gave me that peace with me. So I just went through it, and I came out of it. I came out of it, and I was back home in 10 days. That was my first journey. And from then on, God was so good. He sent people to our house to minister to us because He wanted me to know Him in a much better way. And He wanted to do a full, a full makeup on me to make sure that everything was clear. So He would send, out of nowhere, somebody, my husband's friend, a family friend in fact, he just called and he said, will your wife be okay if we send someone to pray for her and minister to her? I'm actually quite skeptical about Indian preachers and all that. But somehow or other, because I was seeking the Lord for that week, that whole time, I just told him, okay, carry on, go ahead. And he made arrangements to go and fetch him, and he had a seminar, he finished the seminar, and he came. And as he came and sat down, and he asked me, what did you go to do and what are you praying for? So I told him, I said, this was what happened to me, and this is what I am believing for. And I said, I am also praying for a creative miracle, because nothing is impossible with God. Right. Nothing is impossible. Right. All we have to do is ask Him and believe and just simply receive it. Amen. Okay, that was the promise, and that is what God gave me. Hallelujah. And I just choose to believe that. I just choose to believe that. And He said, okay, if you want to receive your full healing, you need to go back to the Word of God to renew your mind. Right. Because when you renew your mind with the Word of God, you receive. You get your miracle. Because the Word of God sets you true, sets you free. So he for 2.5 hours, he sat there and he just taught the scriptures. And it was like a new revelation when he was sharing so many things. And my husband and myself was like, how come we didn't see this point of it? And then he went into communion and he said, do you all take communion? I say, yeah, we do. And how often do you take? So he said, we do take in church, but ever since I was not well, we've been taking quite often, but not regularly. He said, why? So I said, for me, I don't want to take it in vain. I want to make sure that it is precious and it's meaningful. So he said, okay, let's go back again to the Bible. And we went back into the book of John again. And he taught again the bread of life. What is it? The blood of Jesus. What is it? And that also renewed my mind of what actually the blood of God and the blood of Jesus and the body of Jesus did. So with renewed mind, I keep taking. We take every day now. And when I take, I say, God, it's your flesh. It's you and me. You abide in me, I abide in you. And when we do that, sickness and disease doesn't belong to me, it belongs to Him. And He has taken it all on the cross of the Calvary. It's done, it's finished. Okay? And that was it. So that's how I take my communion now. The blood of Jesus washes me and cleanses me of every sin, of everything, and nothing is between me and Him. There's nothing. There's nothing. Okay? That was the promise, and that was very deep in me. And to today, I still believe that. And every day as I take that, I believe a miracle. Every day there's a miracle that is taking place in my body. Okay? And that was it. 1 week later, I had this thing about the creative miracles at the back of my mind. My friend comes to me and she says, why are you just simply praying for healing? Why don't you pray for creative miracles? I said, yeah, I am. So okay, let's pray. And then a few days later, my sister calls me and she said, you know what, we had Ted and Jean in church. And last year they came to church and they prayed for this couple. She was wombless. And he told her, next year when I come, you will be with child. And they just prayed. And she sent me the photo of the baby, so cute, 4 months old baby. God did that miracle in their church at that time. And these two people, I think they came to our church also to preach, Ted and Jean. Both of them also are miracles. So when my sister made arrangements for them to come over to pray for me. Total strangers, but God sent them because He wanted to show me His love for me and His power and His miracle that He can do. So again, we met up with them, we brought them to the house, and they came, they shared testimonies, they went back to the scriptures, they showed me what miracles was and how God can do it. All you have to do is just believe, trust, just simply believe, and that was it. So I believed and I received, and when they prayed for me, after praying, they took some time to pray for me. They broke down a lot of whatever curses, generation curses and everything, and after finishing that, your spirit, I knew and I knew and I knew and I knew in me the cancer was just gone.
Hallelujah.
It was just thrown out.
Hallelujah.
It just went out. That was it. I went back to the hospital for my follow-ups, and the doctors were very happy that I was progressing very well. And they told me, since now it's already 6 weeks, you need to see an oncologist. So, okay, we went to see a few oncologists. What do oncologists say? Doctors, sorry there are any doctors here. If you have cancer, you do chemo. That's it, nothing else. But deep down in my heart, I knew chemo was not meant for me. Okay? I knew in my heart chemo was not meant for me. So I started looking into further things. And for my situation, the only thing that is workable is HIPAC. Okay? HIPAC is hypothermia, interferotonia, chemotherapy. So this is one thing where they pierce a hole at this side of the abdomen, they flush water and they drain it out of this side. And after Googling to check and see, there was a doctor in Johor, and he has a clinic in Pantai Medical. So we made an appointment to go and see him. And of all the oncologists, he was the only man who could explain to us exactly my situation. So when he did that, we had the peace that, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is exactly what we're going to do. And nowadays you can check in Google what all you can do, right? So I had the peace to carry on with it. So I went back to my surgeon and told him, because he asked me what have you decided, so I told him that this is what I've decided. And he said, okay, I would really like to talk to him because he did the surgery on me and he knows what's inside of me. This doctor does not know, and he just simply can't do anything, but he needs to talk to him. So I said, okay, fine. And I told the doctor from Johor, I said, you need to talk to my surgeon before you do anything to me. So we made an appointment, and I was going to go to Johor on the 18th, and I assumed that he called. They both called each other and they talked. So we went to Johor. So that's why I went to Johor. So I'm asking why I had to go to Johor to do any treatment. So that's the reason I went. So we went to Johor and went in at about 12 something. He checked me and he said, okay, we will start with the treatment. So as he was puncturing into this side of it, he punctured into it and it hit my bowels. So there was a tear. And then he put, they were draining the saline into the abdomen, and it wasn't draining out as he was puncturing this out. And when he when he poked here to drain it out, he punctured this one also. So there was 2 places that he punctured. And finished, he just went back, and he just went back, and he said, oh, we can't do anything about this. Looks like you have to go back and continue with your normal chemo. Kind of strange, but he just went off. So maybe the nurse was going to, take off everything of me and then go back or what. But 10 minutes later, I was in excruciating pain. The pain was bad. I was having cold sweat. I was vomiting. I was shivering, and it was terrible. The pain was terrible. I couldn't do anything. Every move I made was terrible. And he didn't do anything, and I just started shouting. I said, give me a painkiller. What are you doing? something like that. But he just didn't do. He just comes to my husband and says, I can't do anything. You have to take her to the hospital. We have to take her to the hospital because his was a medical center. So then they made arrangements to take me to Gleneagles, went to Gleneagles, and they just left me there for the next 10 hours. Because no doctor wanted to do any surgery on me because it's a 50-50. You know, so finally there was a doctor who was willing to give a shot to see whether he could do something for me. And so at 1:15 a.m. they did the surgery. But before that, I heard the doctor because I was inside the cubicle, and he went out and he called my husband. And he went out and he told my husband, he said, "Should we go? So call your family members." You know? I couldn't do anything because I was in so much of pain. You can't think. You just couldn't think. All you wanted was the pain to stop. And I was just waiting when the surgery would come because they'll give me the GE. And I'll be locked out. That was what I was hoping for because it was that much of pain that I was going through. Every minute was like 1 hour. You know? And that was it. And then later, when I came out of the surgery, 2 days later, when because they sedated me, I was on a life support system, and the tubes were so painful and it was really bad. He just came to me and he said, "You know, you have been miraculously survived. It's a miracle you are alive." That to me it was just like, God, thank you. That's all. I couldn't do anything. That 1 whole week that I was there, I was numb, body, soul, and spirit. Because if you have been there, the atmosphere of the hospital was, you can just sense the spirit of death, you can sense depression, and it was cold. Not aircon cold, you know, the atmosphere was cold. And I was not at all coming out. In fact, I was getting low. I was just dying off. And if it was not for my sisters who every now and then come in and tell me, "Don't give up, we are praying for you, you don't give up, you don't give up." The minute I just felt like I was going down, one of my sisters would just come and say, "Don't give up, don't give up." And I said, "Okay, I won't give up." And that was it. A lot of things also again took place in that short moment. And towards the end of the week, I just couldn't take it. I told my husband, my son, I said, "Whether by helicopter or whatever, take me back home. Just take me back to Subang Medical." And then they asked the doctor, and the doctor said, "We can't move her because she's not in a condition to be moved." You know, and that went on from one day to another day until Monday or Tuesday night. When he came to see me, he said, "Okay, you are a bit stable now. If you want to move her, this is the time for you to move her." So fine, they moved me back. When you stepped into Subang Medical, it was like home. It was really like home. And because the doctors knew me, they knew what was wrong with me and all that. And I knew that when I come here, I will be better off because it's not only home, my family is all around, our friends are all around, you know, and it's easier for everyone. So again, I was back into the ICU. I was all the while in ICU in Johor, and again when I came back, I was in the ICU. But within 24 hours, all the doctors, there were 4 doctors that were assigned to me, and all four of them, with their own specialties, they took care of me, and they finally found out what was wrong, and they started giving the right medication for me. So the antibiotics was the only one that they were giving me at that point of time. And over the days, I was not improving because of the fever, because of the infection. And then they sent me for a CT scan. And after the CT scan, they said that there were 8 pockets of holes where there was pus and there was liquid. And if we leave it there, it can turn to septicemia and it can be fatal. And then, if they operate on me, it's also dangerous because you just went for an operation and all your intestines and your colon inside are all stuck together. And the pockets are not just out, they are all deep in. So if you do the surgery, if 50-50. If you don't do the surgery, it's 50-50. And he tells us, you have to make a decision. So I thought maybe like the next day I can give him a decision. And he says, let me know because we have to make preparations for you. I said, how long do I have? By tonight? And that was at 7 o'clock when he came and saw us. And I looked at my husband and he looked at me and said, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And then in my heart, I said to myself, I said, God, I will let Dr. Peter, who is the senior surgeon, I will let him decide for me what is best for me because all the while he took care of me. So he did, he came, within 10 minutes he just came and he said, you're not going for the operation, you will do the CD-aided drainage and we will see from there. It's a wait and see game. It's a wait and see game. That means we'll wait and see for 3-4 days, then have to go for an ultrasound again to see whether it has shrunk or it has grown or whatever. So it was all the while a wait and see game because my fever was not coming down. I was continuously having fever. So that was going on for some time. Now, in the midst of it, my sister, she was praying and God showed her something and told her something and told her that she had to come and see me and tell me. This is the second sister of mine who's in Ipoh. So she came to me and she said, I'm not here talking to you as a sister. I'm here talking to you as a pastor because she's a pastor. So she came and she told me a lot of things and she said, there are a lot of hurts in you, okay? And a lot of disappointments have led you to this. I'm going to be a bit transparent with you in this because this is what set me free. Okay, this is what set me free. And I'm not ashamed of it. Okay? She came and told me that the enemy has a legal right on you because you have not got yourself right with God. I thought I had all the while, asked God for forgiveness and, unforgiveness. Even before I went for the I shared with Pastor of a certain thing. And I got myself, I thought I aligned myself with God well, but no, He didn't. He wanted me for Himself. Only then He could do a work in my life. So when she came and she told me that a lot of hurts have been in you. Yes, every time you go to God you tell, but then it has not gone away. And that gives the enemy the right to do what he wants to do because God cannot interfere. She talked and then after that she prayed and she left. She went back to Ipoh. That night as I was praying, I was asking God, I said, God, search my heart. Search my heart because I don't want to have anything that is hindering between me and you. Search my heart. And this thing came to me. God, I don't know what to say, but I used to tell God this. I said, God, you took my mother away when I was 14. You took my son away. You took my father away. Don't touch my husband. Don't touch my husband. I will tell this to God. Every time I attend a funeral, every time I go to a funeral, I'll come back home and I'll tell God, don't touch my husband. Okay? And that God brought back. And He was telling me, you do not put me first. If I don't put God first, He cannot do anything for me. So that I had to make it right with God. I repented and I said, God, you can help me. I said, God, you can have him. It doesn't matter to me anymore because I have you. I made myself clear with God. And in the next 2-3 days, as I kept searching and asking and seeking God, He showed me a couple of things. And I repented. Every day I was repenting of certain things. When I finished that, when I finished repenting, and when I asked God for forgiveness, that's when my fever stopped. That's when I was set free. That was when everything started working right. That was on a Sunday that my fever stopped. And the doctor came and told me, he said, if you don't have fever for 72 hours, I can think of sending you back home. So I was very excited. Tuesday, Wednesday, I can go back. So Wednesday, I go for an ultrasound, and the doctor tells me, okay, fine, your pockets are all empty. There's only a little bit, but I think with the balance of antibiotics, you should be able to go back home. I said, fine. So I came back to my room, I was so overjoyed, I was so hopeful, and I said, thank you, Jesus, and all that. In the night, when my doctor comes back, he said, put back the antibiotics. Next Wednesday, which is 26th, we'll do a CT scan. 27th, we'll do a blood test, then we'll send you back. My heart just sank. I said, God, what are you trying to teach me? And then I was reading the Bible, and there was, I can't remember when, patience. Don't say much, patience. So I decided just to wait and let the Lord do what He wanted to do. And it was during that time also God taught me a few other things. And Friday came, He sent me for a blood test, and He said, the blood test looks very good, it has improved much. So the other four, so I need to get approval from all four before they can send me back. So the other doctor comes and says, I give you green light, you can go back. But the other three, not yet. So after Friday, the other doctor comes back and he says that wait for your 28 days for your antibiotics to go over, then you will decide when you can go back home. So they had their chat, and finally on Saturday when he comes to see me, he removes the drain for me, and he just asked the nurse what type is the next antibiotic, and she says it's about 3 o'clock. That was about 11:30 when he came. He said, give her the antibiotic at 1 o'clock, and at 2:30 when she finishes, you want to go home? I said, of course. He said, okay, you can go back home. And that was my Christmas miracle. But above all, I just want to encourage you all and tell you all, after seeing me, a living testimony, a miracle, whoever you pray for, you can believe for a miracle. Because God is able to do it.
Hallelujah.
He is able to do it.
Hallelujah.
Because our God is a prayer answering God. So never give up praying, because He answers today, tomorrow, or anytime. But He does answer. Okay? Thank you for this opportunity. God bless you. Next year will be an awesome year, because we're going to see signs, wonders, and miracles in our church.
Amen.
Amen. Another round of applause for Sumali. And a shout of praise to Jesus. Amen. God is a prayer answering God. Amen. He is a miracle working God.